This is Jordan Philbeck.
And Mandy Tomasi.
And we couldn't be more excited for you to join us for the Girls Off the Grid podcast show.
We realized there's a lot of women out there, just like we were, just existing. So we discovered how to laugh through the tough seasons of life and begin to live life on our terms.
And that is what living off the grid is all about.
Our podcast was built so you can have a girlfriend by your side as you navigate through this crazy thing called life. It's real talk, it's girl talk.
Absolutely. Let's talk life, love, and all the things that make us human. Let's do life off the grid. Hi, I'm Jordan Philbeck.
And I'm Mandy Tomasi, and we are the Girls Off the Grid. Good morning, you guys. We're so happy you guys are here, coming in off of a big, huge weekend.
That's right. What's going on? Hey, I'm thankful, though, that our sports are in session.
Gosh.
We had a busy basketball weekend. We were all over Oklahoma.
I know, I was going to ask you about that. So now you've transitioned. So now, what is it, January?
Mm-hmm.
When did basketball season start?
November.
Okay.
Yeah. That's early in Oklahoma. Texas, it's usually January.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we've been doing basketball, and Taylor finished futsal. So that was nice. And so we're on to one sport. No, it's two sports for Tay.
I was going to say, when I talked to you so I'm not sure what you girls or you
Can't
guys
keep it
do.
straight.
No, sorry. To me, I just think like Monday through Friday is pretty busy. And then when I even try to contact you on the weekend, you have like 7 games. I'm like, okay, well
hello. Are you alive?
I love it because we're in different stages
Yes.
of the parenting life. And so this is just so fun. I'm like, okay, well, I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm like, wait a minute, it's Sunday. I'll call you Monday.
Oh, but if we go a day without talking, I feel weird.
I do too.
So I need you checking in on me.
I know.
Some days I'm not sure I'm going to survive. No, it was a good weekend. We had all the kids had friends over, and we had basketball literally an hour from Tulsa.
Gosh.
And 45 minutes back to Tulsa, and then 45 minutes back to Tulsa. So they were everywhere.
Oh.
So it was good, though, but count your blessings.
Well, I'm going to tell you, though, because what was so, while you were driving over everywhere, so I'm a big football fan. So it was a big football weekend, which I'm absolutely thrilled about. But
I do too.
So I was just sitting on the
football.
couch. I had the fire going. Sophie and I were watching football, and you're like, yeah, I'm a watch.
I'm in Wasso. I'm in Coweta. Hey, I'm in BA now.
I was like, oh, I'm not even going to tell her what I'm doing. Did you notice?
She did go quiet.
I did.
Radio silence. You got to know this about Mandy. She's not going to. This morning, I said, I'm 100% myself. I'm not really. Kind of tired. No response. And then later she said, did you notice I didn't give you a response? I said, yeah. She goes, because we're not going to speak it. We're just going to keep moving.
That's true.
I'm like, true. Let's not speak when we're feeling.
No, we're not going to give
down.
it life. We're not going to give it life.
Amen.
We're not going to give it energy. We're going to redirect.
I like that.
Focus on something else.
Next. Hey, that's a life lesson for you right there.
I'm serious.
Feeling down? Redirect.
Redirect.
I'm completely ignoring you. You want coffee? Speaking of coffee, I'm happy for my coffee right now.
Oh, gosh.
Third cup over here.
Jordan, I have to say, there is something that I get there's a lot of things that I get really super excited about, but I love these podcasts because you're always drinking coffee and I can't drink it anymore.
She's thinking negative thoughts.
No, I can't drink it anymore, so I'm like living vicariously through you. I'm just like looking at your coffee.
And I did make a second pot.
You did.
I did.
I love it.
Okay,
Thank you.
So I was thinking about something this morning we posted on our Instagram.
Yes.
At the OTG Life. If you don't follow us there, share a journey with us. But I want to read something I put
Please
up.
do.
Okay, so I said, maybe the journey isn't so much about becoming anything. Maybe it's about unbecoming everything that really isn't you. So you can become who you were meant to be in the first place. What does that make you feel?
Well, there's a couple things that it makes me feel. Number one, I feel like I get a lot of anxiety, or I feel anxiety kind of happening when I see a list or something like it's like self-help stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, you need to go, here's 5 things that you need to go do. I get anxious because it's like, I already have so much I need to do. Now I need to go five things to make me who I am.
Right.
So when I hear that.
So go, and also develop myself.
Correct.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's so much. I only have so many hours in a day. But when I read this, it was such a relief of comfort because it's like, oh, you mean I already have it. So I mean, I don't have to go searching. I just have to take something off.
Right.
Just
like a
remove
pressure.
Something. Yes.
And I think with the new year, we were talking about, you feel like, okay, how am I going to change? What am I going to do differently this year? Am I going to lose weight or find that new job or conquer that new goal or, do the bucket list of 2021? And then you think about it after a week and you're like, God, that's a mountain. And a lot of times it's really easy, like you said, just to look around and compare and say, well, he's doing that, she's doing that. And it gets you so distracted.
Oh my gosh.
And it's this pressure. Then you start building like all the perfection that we can see on social media. And it's just overwhelming. And so when we were talking about this, I really liked the part about maybe it's about unbecoming versus I need to become somebody new. I need to throw away what I've done because that's not working and totally revamp versus, you know what? I have some amazing things about myself, you know?
Yes.
And I need to tap into that strength, and I need to maybe not try to become something different. Maybe it's about unbecoming and letting things go and putting your blinders on and taking care of you.
I completely agree, and I love that. I think that's one of those things. Remember I told you years ago, again, kind of the same thing, like trying to do like an analysis of like where I am emotionally, how do I feel, and in that mindset of keeping up with the Joneses or looking at like magazines or certain things about social media. Everyone has this perfect image and this perfect filter and that's definitely not my life.
Yeah.
You know, it's just not.
Right.
So years ago,
Even when you're strong.
Even when I'm strong.
Yeah, it's like,
Yes.
whoa, I'm not there.
Right.
I'm not that successful, or I don't have that type of situation.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It's super hard. I think I told you this. I made a conscious decision years ago. I have not purchased a magazine.
I love this.
Because I took an, like I said, analysis of like, how did I feel when I was reading this magazine? I felt like I wasn't good enough. I felt I wasn't thin enough. I I was just constantly putting all these just negative thoughts on myself.
And you did it to yourself.
I did it to myself.
Because you chose to read something.
Right.
Like, that is powerful.
Exactly.
That you can look back and say, you know what? That's what caused it.
Yes.
And that's not needed.
Right.
And removing that.
Removed it and started filling with stuff of real life, real joy. And it's messy. You know, it's not going to be perfect.
No.
But that's what, for me, I felt more alive. I felt more me. You know, I think and I told you this, and I'm not sure if you all know this about me, but I'm actually half Native American, and I'm half Choctaw. We call it, in Choctaw, it's Cheta. And if you ever look at my stuff, my cover photo, it says Cheta Sia Hoke, meaning I am Choctaw. And I think growing up, I had such a difficult time because if we all know, if we're talking about just with genetics, if someone has dark hair and dark skin, it's the dominant trait, dominant gene, and they're going to take on that dominant trait and dominant gene. So, and my dad, being Italian, had the lighter skin, lighter eyes. So kind of going into it, you're automatically going to look like your mom. I'm going to look like my mom. My mom's full-blood Choctaw. And so then kind of growing up, never looking like my family. And every time I would speak Choctaw or I would be around my family, you know, people would always just say, you know, who's the lighter skinned white girl? And I just never understood what that meant. And I think constantly battling why I look the way that I do, but I feel the way in my heart.
Right. It didn't match up.
It didn't.
And I love that you didn't know. Like, you were like confused. I love the story when you were like, I don't know, who is it?
Exactly.
Where is that person?
Yeah, where is the white person?
About?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I made that shirt. I made a shirt, actually, and it says, I'm half white, but I can't prove it. I giggle because it's called a CDIB, which is the Certificate Degree of Indian Blood.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So I have a CDIB card, and it says half Choctaw. So I can prove that I'm Native American. I can prove that I'm Choctaw, but I can't prove that I'm white. And I think when going through all these different challenges as a young age, kind of not feeling like I fit in, and then looking at magazines and not feeling like I fit in there too, I was always searching for who am I? Why do I look the way that I do? And feeling so confused. And I think just like what you said, by this, I always wanted I want to look like this, or look like, you know, Jane, or look like Sarah, or look like Sally, or do all these other things. And when you just read that, it's about unbecoming everything that it really isn't you.
Well, you start to think you're supposed to be.
Yes.
And we form those opinions and thoughts, and it's crazy.
I know.
But I love that perspective, and your growth helps so many people see that maybe it's not about tweaking and becoming something different. It's about appreciating what you are.
Yeah.
And why be normal? Like, why fit in?
I know.
Because at that time, it was like about you fitting in.
Totally.
You just wanted to be like everybody else.
Yes. And I think that's what was in my everybody else was my family.
Right.
And I asked my mom, I said, why in the world? She's like, Mandy, and it's just a story about my mom. She actually flatlined when she gave birth to me. And so she flatlined for 4.5 minutes. And her only prayer to God was, I hope my baby was born with peaches and cream complexion.
And she got that.
And she got that. And I asked her years later, I was like, because all a little girl wants, as for me,
yes.
I want to look like my mama. I want to look like my mama. I want to be mama's little girl. I want to look just like her. And I didn't. I was the complete opposite. They actually always thought that she was always the one taking care of me because we just didn't look like one another.
Just so you know.
Yeah, well, thank you.
do.
Our
To
bone
me.
structure, I think.
And then she has this amazing little girl that looks just like her.
I know.
So now you have that in
Thank
Sophie.
you. Well, and that's what
Yeah.
and my major question to her was like, Mom, why did you pray for me to have peaches and cream complexion when you are just stunning and gorgeous and dark skin and black hair and black eyes and all those things? She said, because I didn't want you to have to go through the discrimination like I did growing up. And I realized even that type of situation where I was so upset that I didn't look like my mom was actually trying to gift me a different gift. And so understanding, not trying to be and how come I can't look like them, now it's just understanding that I'm this shade for a reason.
Amen.
I was born this way for a reason. I may not know it, but there has to be a reason.
You're living it right now.
Yeah.
You are.
Well,
That's what makes me want to cry.
Oh, God.
Truly, you are. I can hear your passion and love, and that's what you bring to every room, is that compassion that you would not have if you didn't experience that. You know?
That makes me cry. Yes. Because I know
We're going to cry here, y'all.
what it feels like to be the outcast.
Yeah.
I know what it feels like to be pushed to the corner. And yes, and you're absolutely right. And I don't ever want anyone to ever feel that way, because that is a very alone, sad moment. And
it's not just about the skin. It's about your choice and what you allow yourself to, because I feel like you can alienate yourself just by what you read or what you're looking at every day.
I agree.
And you form this impression that you then live by versus seeing the good in yourself, because you're thinking, I'm not what the world is saying I'm supposed to be. When you need to become more aware of yourself.
Because each person has their own idiosyncrasies, their own joys, their own little things that make them unique. Like, I love you about this so much about you. This is what I love about you. It would be so boring if we were all the same.
Oh my gosh. Exactly.
I know. I love it when we can bring different things to the table.
Right.
Oh my gosh. I was just thinking about
you and I are so different in so many ways.
Yes.
But that's what makes us such a strong friendship.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy. We need to do something sometime, like our thoughts on things.
Oh my.
And do you eat this or that? And we're very different.
We're actually the opposite, which I
are.
think is really interesting, because we look really similar, but we are total, complete opposites.
Yeah.
And I was just going to bring
so similar too.
But yeah, that's true. But we both seek joy.
Yes.
We come from different spaces in different places, but we both seek joy and comfort and love and happiness in not only in ourselves, but for others. Yeah.
Yes. And that's what we want for you. And we'll leave you with this thought that we just said. We want people to be more aware of themselves. And next week we want to talk a little bit about that with you, and kind of why we're doing what we're doing and why we're thankful that you're here with us. So if you're not in our Girls Off the Grid Facebook group, we would love for you to join us there. It's a free group. We just go live, share life there. Also, you can find us the OTG Life business page.
Right.
Yep.
And what I love so much, again, are these just little gentle reminders. We have all of our gear at www.otgwarrior.com, and we have always something fun. We have like little, we have everything.
We have everything.
Gears,
We do.
But I love being those little reminders.
And this is written backwards so that when you look at the reflection in the mirror or you take that selfie, you see that it's about you becoming that warrior. Just like our logo is that great reminder too.
I love it.
Okay. Have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.